I think it's really, really interesting though, like just the perception that people have about energy drinks and not sleeping. So let's start there. So energy drinks in the place of sleep or cognitive fatigue, so they feel like they need to stay up to perform, or that I am mentally slowing down and I'm trying to actively find a way to keep my mental and physical up so I can continue to compete or perform at a high level. Where I really, really see energy drinks being pushed is like X Games kinds of sports, BMX, biking, skateboarding, rock climbing, all those kinds of like extreme sports. And then the next one is like esports and gamers. I think it's just really, really funny. I'm sure that there are Monsters and like Red Bulls and whatever, those types of companies going after like traditional athletes. But if you really think about like traditional athletes, they have sponsors like Gatorade and like beer. But for gamers, it's all about energy drinks. Maybe even students too. There's a lot of energy drinks going around because you need to study and you need to stay up and you need to retain information. But at the same time, I'm really interested to think about sleep versus caffeine. Speed versus depth, doing and learning. When we separate these types of things, it becomes a little bit more interesting of a conversation. Because if you want to imagine an energy drink and like driving a car, when I think about energy drinks and stimulants in general, what I'm thinking about is like driving a car at like 100 miles per hour, pedal to the metal, and you're just going straight. Here's the thing, if you need to turn or you need to like swerve or you need to like do an awesome maneuver, it's not gonna happen because you're driving at 100 miles per hour just going. So as soon as you turn or tweak, your whole car goes boom, or you crash or you lose control or something. And if I'm going to equate that to studying or learning or doing, sure, if you are hopped up on stimulants, you're just going. Your mind is racing, you're maybe thinking about things quickly, but really if you think about the quality of those thoughts, I would say the quality and the depth of those thoughts are probably more shallow because you're just driving, you're going. And as soon as you see something in the road, you need to swerve, you need to make a change, you need to like do something, I would say the crash is like, well, one, crash, you're physically tired. And then two, think of mood. Your mood about how things are, or you may be irritated because it's not how you thought it was going to be, or it's taking longer. And so just your mood is going to be different. Versus if you got some sleep, God forbid, you rested, and then you were to restudy, you were to think about that thing, sure, it might go a little bit slower. But at the same time, if you need to change directions, or you need to turn, or you need to explore something else, you're more likely to do it without getting hurt. You're more likely to make that turn, to slow down and pivot, maneuver. If I'm thinking about like your mood, maybe you'd be irritated because you're not going where you want to go as quickly as you can. But if I'm thinking about like the depth of knowledge that you can have, or the depth of thought that you could have, or the connections you could make because you're going at a slower pace, it'd probably be better. If I'm going to extend this further to esports, I mean, esports is all about learning, self-regulation, all those kinds of things. However, as soon as you don't have enough rest, you don't have enough sleep, you can kiss that stuff goodbye. It's not gonna happen.